Happy GA Recap Monday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, magical, wonderful, fantastical Monday. I am not. The struggle is real today. The struggle is real. I don't know if I have like a case of the Mondays. I don't know what it is, but I am cranky. I am pissy. I am gripey. I have not slept well in like 5 days. It has just been night after night of like dreams and broken sleep and dreams and broken sleep. I'm awake, I'm asleep, I'm awake, I'm asleep. Can I just sleep like a normal damn person? Apparently not. But all I know is the struggle is real today. I cannot deal with this. I have to work today. I have to close the store, which that makes me cranky in and of itself. And then everybody around me is just pissy and gripey and short and meh, and I don't like it. I like when everybody's happy and peppy and everybody gets along, and that is nobody in my world today. And it's rubbing off on me, and I am just, ugh, I'm over it. And so, which is pretty good because I have to go on a rant about this week's episode of Deadly Possessions. At least about one of the possessions, and in a few minutes you'll know why. But we are going to get started with the second half of the episode, which was Charles Manson's TV. Because, like I said, the first part of the episode, I have to go on a little mini rant. Okay, thanks, bye. Charles Manson's TV. When I first seen that this was something on there, I was like, what the F? Like, what? Like, he's not dead. But, anyway, I just, I thought to myself, maybe there's a reason behind it, whatever. And there obviously was. First of all, the guy that sold them this TV in the first place was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Obviously, he was messing with Charles Manson in and of itself. That just means you're crazy. I think that Charles Manson got to him. I think that he got in his head. He played the mind games that he was famous for. And it caused this guy to go a little crazy. And so he just wanted to clear his hands of this whole situation. And with the history of the TV, I think that there's a good reason for that. I think that something is, something obviously can be cursed, and I think that this TV is a prime example of that. I think that Charles Manson owning it and just his energy and his negativity has been brought into the TV, and now the TV is kind of manifesting its negativity toward everybody else. And poor Nick, the guy that owned it, he lost his job, and his mother passed away, and a guy died in his driveway out of nowhere from a motorcycle accident. Just all these things that you can't make up. Like it just happens one after another. Like you can't catch a break, and it makes you wonder, what is causing this? And when he pinpointed it down to the TV, and things started happening, then it's obviously pretty easy to decipher what is causing this kind of turmoil and chaos, and then for him to ship it off and it to not happen anymore and things to get better. It's a pretty easy decision as to what is causing this, this grief and this turmoil. I think it was really neat to be able to see something like that. I think that this show in and of itself is neat in the sense that you get to see all these crazy, unbelievable, off-the-wall objects. But something like that from a person who's so iconic for all the wrong reasons is just insane, and it's just awesome. And to see his grandson, and to talk about how his grandson has, a relationship with his grandfather from inside prison, and he's the third generation Manson, and he's kind of he's kind of lived this life that with this stigma, and he's tried to, he wants to better himself. He doesn't want to be known as Charles Manson's grandson. He wants to be known as Jason Freeman. He wants to be known as his own person, which is completely acceptable, I think, but it's just hard because you have this stigma. And, for Zach to be now in possession of something so creepy, it is like, it's fitting because it's Zach, and it's, I think the TV's right where it needs to be, but I think that it's potential for, a hazard. Who's to say that when, that Charles Manson himself couldn't possess that TV at some point? Who knows? I just thought it was really interesting, and really kind of cool, but creepy at the same time. Now, moving on to the first half of this episode. Okay, I have a bone to pick with mirrors anyway. I hate them. even though I seriously have one like right over here above my fireplace as a decoration piece. I didn't put it there. My aunt did. She thought it was like good feng shui. I don't know. I'm really trying to get rid of it. I hate mirrors. I hate them. I hate having them around. They creep me out. And the reason I think being, I seen a movie a couple of years ago called Oculus. Very good movie. Amazing, awesome, great movie. Scared the living snot out of me. Ever since then, I've been really leery around mirrors, especially old, creepy, antique ones. If you haven't seen the movie Oculus, it's about a girl and her brother whose parents owned this giant antique floor-to-ceiling mirror that they bought at an auction. This mirror was home to something evil, sinister, nasty, gross, and basically took the lives of their parents. And they set out on this mission to prove that this mirror was the reason that their parents were dead and not them themselves, because everybody thought that the kids had went crazy and killed their parents. Long story short. So when this was about, I hate mirrors. I hate them. I think they're terrible. And so when they did a whole first part of an episode surrounding a mirror, I was like, oh, hell no. I can't deal with this. I can't do this. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do this. And so it just made me cringe. And for this mirror to have such a history of an occult and things like that, it just makes me unhinged. I hate them. I think that they are windows to another world. I think that, especially given the right history and the right environment, that they can be portals, they can be open, and it's nothing good. I want nothing to do with them. I don't stare into mirrors. I don't do any of that. Like, I'll look in a bathroom mirror to brush my hair and whatever, but it's very short. You will never find me just like gazing into a mirror, just la 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 la. I freaking hate it. It makes my blood boil. Like, I'm getting anxiety talking about it because it just drives me nuts. And this mirror of all mirrors had, such a past and such a history, being owned by Bela Lugosi, who, did Count Dracula and just that whole thing, and he was part of the occult, and then to have the owner's grandfather killed and murdered in such a malicious way in front of the mirror and in his house, and just all of the things that add up to it, it just proves even more that it could be a portal and the opening to another realm. And I can't, no. Like, if I don't quit talking about it, I'm gonna have a panic attack. So overall, it was a good episode. It scared the crap out of me just because it had mirrors involved. And it was always interesting and crazy in the fact that, they had the mirror in there and they did the experiment, and, everybody had these crazy experiences. Aaron seen himself when he was old. Aaron and Ashley both seen a light, and then the basement flooded. The basement never floods after this mirror comes in. It's just even more proof that these objects have abilities that people may not know. And it's awesome. I think it's cool that Zach's doing this show and opening this world up to us, but at the same time, it scares me to death to know that there are things out in this world that are that evil, and that crazy, and that scary, and that sinister. And yet I'm excited to see what next week brings. So that's all I have for GA Recap Monday. I will be back on Friday for GA Flashback Friday, where I recap a past episode of Ghost Adventures. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, have a great, magical, wonderful week. I'm going to try to go get in a better mood by eating some nasty food or something before I go to work. Much love and happiness, guys. Bye!